I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Well, how you doing?
You know what's funny about this is that the internet began to blame his friend. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
They said his friends is such a bad influence, which very well could be true. But in that instance, all they was doing was vibing out to some young boy.
Yeah.
Which is okay. I think he just dropped the album. They just having a good old time. And he starts what Ja, 100 millionaire, soon to be because he signed the biggest contract of his life, starts waving a gun, and his friend flinches the camera because he realized how crazy it was.
Yeah.
It'd be the equivalent to if you got on cam and I was like, oh shit, your dick out. I'm not responsible for your dick being out.
Because nobody's thinking that you're going to pull your dick out.
It just surprised us.
We're sitting here vibing, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's get back to Asian vibing. Oh my God, your dick is out. Hey, you know what makes it worse? Where I'll be like, again, your dick is out again?
You said how much?
2 months ago, we had this conversation about you putting your dick out.
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good,
Man,
pretty
put your
good.
dick away, man.
I actually think he was drunk.
I'm tired of giving that excuse.
I'm not. It's not.
So we made a video.
It's going pretty good.
Go check that out.
Yes.
Talking about how Morant just making dumb
An
decisions.
hour and
wants to
10
be,
in.
Dumb and just being
I think
young,
we're chilling. I
idiotic.
think we're
He
chilling
also
for
had
now.
another
I think we're
altercation
actually
with
chilling.
flashing a firearm in the club. There was a whole bunch of back and forth about how he got in there, yada, yada, yada. In that video, all around, we gave a very neutral take.
He's trying to get out of Memphis.
That's what you think he's trying to do?
Because it's so brain dead.
Probably.
There can't be
Probably
another.
he's
It
trying
has
to
to
get
be
out
a
of
40 move here.
I think
Pack up your
John
moral
is
clause.
trying to get
The
out of
moral
Memphis.
clause,
I'm
you
not
can just
gonna lie.
deny the whole
Not gonna
contract,
lie.
sign somewhere
He
else.
might
You can
be.
get
He
the same
actually
money.
might
It's
be.
his job.
Well, he already signed the contract, so he's definitely, it means he's going to be traded there. So he's going to
No,
get the
I'm
money.
saying
He's going to get the money regardless.
Contracts, all contracts you sign, just about 80%.
Oh, no, but the ones that he signed are fully guaranteed.
It depends on the.
I'm saying the
It
contract
depends on the
he
morality
signed,
clause
I'm
of the
pretty
contract.
sure-
But doesn't that sound like a 40 move?
I guess so, but look, let me finish this.
Sorry.
In the first video we talked about Ja earlier this year, we were fairly neutral, trying to be optimistic and saying, "Hey, give him opportunity, let him change, yada yada yada." He's young, dumb, doing crazy things. That was like literally, I want to say 2 months ago, if that, a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Like
And
2,
we're
3
back
months
where
ago.
we are right
That
now,
is
where
like
he
2,
is
3
now
months ago.
waving another
Not gonna lie.
firearm in the air. And there's so many different ways to attack this, but I agree with you what you said earlier. I can't even like really blame his friends because at the end of the day, bro, the nigga like literally was like just having a good time. Threw it to him. He was like, "Fuck, bro!" Like immediately like flipped the camera off of him immediately when he realized that this man decided to pull a gun out again.
And the funniest part about it is, Ja doesn't need to carry.
Does not need to carry.
He
He
should
doesn't.
have security.
So
He
let's
needs
talk
to
about
get
that as well,
security.
because there's a
He
bunch of
needs-
people
he
on
needs to get
Twitter
security,
trying
John.
to defend Ja.
He
Oh,
needs
you
to
gotta
get
take him
security.
right. He can carry. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I don't know how to say this without coming across as condescending. You niggas who say that, you clearly
He
have
just
nothing.
get
to do.
security. He-
Right?
he-
When
he
if
chilling.
you are someone of his status, you shouldn't be walking around with a firearm, bro. Hire security. If you feel like you're in that much of a risk, hire security. However, he clearly doesn't care that much about the risk that he's in, because if it was that much of a security problem, he would just stay inside, bro. That's the best way to really secure yourself, is to not just go out and about, do crazy things. But hey, you're young, you want to do things, cool. Hire security. But more importantly, you can carry a weapon with you. That's fine. You have a Second Amendment right to do so. But there is an intelligent way in doing that. Again, if it's for security reasons, if you want to be safe, probably the safest way of doing so is not trying to potentially antagonize anyone that you believe will be doing any harm to you by running around doing all the shenanigans that you are doing. Because if anything, that will put a
Damn,
bigger
why is my mic
target
going like
on
that,
you.
bro?
What he
It's
is doing
crazy.
is dumb.
Damn.
Very dumb. He got too many people.
That is-
Matter of fact,
that is
forget
stupid
Too
that what
much
he's doing.
money he's on the line.
That
He
is
can do whatever
stupid
he want to do
that
with that
what
money.
he's
He don't want to take care of
Not
nobody.
gonna
That's
lie.
fine. There's too much
I don't know
money
why
on the
he's doing
line
that.
for him to be doing what he's doing, bro.
And there's so much politics in the NBA that this will affect Ja's opportunities.
Yes.
And if the Grizzlies give up on him, it's going to be very difficult for a team to take a risk on him as the first option, knowing that at any point, if a new album drops, he might be waving his gun.
Yo,
It's tough. It's unfortunate
Yo.
too, because he should be able to enjoy his life, and what he's doing is technically
Yo.
not illegal. But you have to think about the brands that the NBA is around, bro.
Yo,
the State
yo.
Farms and
The
they-
Nikes,
yo,
he just signed
yo,
Nike.
yeah,
yo.
and those companies don't want anything to do
Yo,
with firearms.
yo.
It's one thing if you have a firearm and you use it to protect yourself. Most people could justify that regardless of whether or not you
Go
like
take that
guns or
limit
you
off.
don't like guns. There's guns in every room in this house, bro. But I will never be waving it around. And if I don't have to use it, or show it. I'm not just bragging about ownership of it because I know how that's gonna come across. If I want to do a deal with Vaseline because it helped get my fucking wrist right after an injury.
Okay, you finally told them why you have Vaseline. In the comment section, they were like, "Damn, Vaseline and arms run linked like that?
Nah,
like, what's
look,
going on?"
I injured my wrist.
No, for sure,
Vaseline on it daily.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm Vaseline on my mind, bro. But if I wanted a deal and they saw a clip of me waving a gun, they probably aren't gonna give me that deal.
Yeah.
So fuck the money part of this. Let's just talk about the
is
logic
true.
part of this.
And oh wait, before we get it, and also it's,
That's
this is,
facts.
I want to
That's
be clear
facts.
as well for people who aren't familiar with what happened last time. This is not the first incident as well, which is the reason why we're kind of doubling back right now. He had an incident, there was an alleged incident with him and potentially some other associates with him
Yeah,
back in
another
February with
incident.
another team, the Indiana Pacers, where there was an altercation that was reported then. There was also another incident with him bringing a firearm in the club. That kind of really blew things up, and then he was then suspended indefinitely, but it turned out to be like a 5 or 7 game suspension.
There was also
Then there was an incident a year ago about
The pick up basketball game with the kid.
a 17-year-old who got into this altercation that then turned into
Hey, man,
something
John
much
Morant, you
bigger
gotta change your
where
ways,
it's been
man. You
alleged
can't keep
that
on
John
doing this,
Morant
man.
was again waving a firearm in altercation with a 17-year-old. So this is why it's not just us overreacting to 1 or 2 incidences. It's a repetitive thing here. And also there's clips of some gang members saying, yo, you should probably stop waving gang signs when you're in ball games as well, because he does that a lot also. So it's like you are trying to look cool for the wrong people for no reason. No one is expecting you to be this person that you are portraying. We know that you are.
Have you thought about grading and
We
trying to
all
work?
accepted that you are an NBA player.
Yeah.
We all know for a fact that you're not.
Yeah,
hard.
but
You
the
don't
trying to
have
work is
be
expensive.
hard. You
Well,
don't
not
have to be
expensive,
gangster.
but
From everything
I
that we
mean,
know, Demetrius,
yeah,
you came
I
up in a
guess.
very good
I think,
life, okay?
yeah.
So it's fine. And even if
A
you
little
did,
bit, yeah.
Demetrius, you did come up in a hard lifestyle.
Like
it's
a-
fine
like a
to
channel
take it in a
background,
different
whatever it
direction. You
is.
don't have to keep doing that, bro. And I'm
Yeah,
not going to
that's
sit
what's
here and
wrong.
blame, oh, it's the music, guys. It's the music. There's plenty of NBA players who listen to
It's
quote
not
unquote
the music.
dangerous music, and they don't run around waving firearms in front of IG Live. And I'm not going to sit here and blame his fucking friend, bro. The nigga, how like, I want y'all to, because that did bother me. I was enjoying Mother's Day, and I keep going to my timeline. I see another excuse, man. I'm like, damn it,
Damn.
bro. But people
that.
sit here and say, oh, man, he's dangerous. Like, bro, he's putting himself in
Damn.
situations that are dangerous. So, yeah, like you said, the logical route of just get security, bro. You're overcomplicating something that should be very simple.
Yeah, that
You
is
are
true, bro. If
making
you feel like
something
that, just
so
get security,
simple,
bro.
but yet
You have-
making it
he has the
extremely
money to get
dangerous
security.
because of your decisions. It ain't nothing to do with nobody else but Demetrius, bro. Nothing to do with nobody else.
I want the best for him, but like these are self-inflicted. Every single one
That's-
of these,
yeah.
you created the situation, and then you relished in it, and then you sometimes escalated them, and then you were most of the time the person that dealt with the consequences of it. And it's sad because like I don't see it changing. Like he said he was gonna get help. I don't know what type of help.
Yeah,
he received,
yeah,
but
yeah,
obviously it
yeah,
hasn't
yeah,
been
yeah, stuff like
already
that, yeah.
effective because he's still doing the
Yeah,
same
stuff
shit
like that,
he's
like
been in
that.
trouble for.
Profile
And it's only
picture,
a matter
yeah.
of time
Like,
before the
yeah,
NBA
like
just
a better
puts his foot
profile
down,
picture
and then
of
we'll
me,
have
but
to
like
talk about
animated
Ja's career as a
and
what
like
if.
banner,
Yeah,
like,
and
yeah,
that's
stuff
what
like
we're
that.
trying to-
He
Stuff
didn't
like
start
that, yeah.
waving
I do
guns
need to
for
get
no
stuff like
fucking
that, though. I'm
reason.
not gonna
What
cap.
if he didn't do this?
I
What
do
if he
need
didn't
stuff like
do
that, though.
He is probably one of the most electric superstars
Not
the
gonna
NBA
lie.
has seen in a while. Bro, I'm waiting for this nigga to eventually jump over somebody in a poster. I think he's probably the only person since Vince Carter that might be able to fucking pull it off.
I probably do
Like
need
we're
stuff
saying,
like
bro,
that,
I
though.
bet
It's
Not
done,
even-
it's
I bet
done,
thousands
yeah.
of niggas that
I think
said
I
it to
do
him.
need
bet
stuff like that,
NBA
though.
vets
So,
have said it to
so
him.
that's the thing why I keep saying
Stuff like that, I
something
know,
like,
it's,
oh, it's his
uh,
family, his friends, and somebody to pull him aside.
Kind of like that.
There's no way that somebody is signing the type of contracts that he is signing, making the type of money that he's making, and has not put him aside and told him the things that he need to be told. And even if they didn't, they certainly did after the last time where he got suspended. But he
Discord,
continues
yeah, I
to
got
do it.
Discord.
Nothing to do with no one else but
Just
y'all.
do,
The other thing that
that's
I
what's point
just get-
Discord.
We live in this world where people can get in front of microphones and just sit here and just say whatever.
Just
y'all
do,
want
just
to
do,
say,
ex,
and y'all
just
think
do,
that's good enough.
exclamation
This
point
is a statement
Discord.
he made last
Just do
time.
that.
I take full responsibility of my actions last night. I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzlies organization for letting you down. I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on.
I have
learning
Twitter,
better
too. You
methods
can
of
just
dealing
DM me
with
on
stress
Twitter.
and overall well-being. He then went played basketball in 5 more games. He didn't really take time away. This is just some bullshit that he decided to say. Now this time he can probably take some real time away because it's the offseason for him. He got bounced out in the first round by the Lakers. Nigga.
Oh, hold on,
But
that's
outside
not-
of that, like I really and truly like these whole
Hold on.
fake apologies that y'all sit here and accept that y'all think is actual growth and work. When people want Ja to be
Yeah, man, that's
suspended,
not-
it's not
that's not
because we want to see him get money out of his pocket. We're trying to
my Twitter's right here.
make sure the
Just look
money
at the
gets
bottom.
kept in
Go
his
for my
pocket
Twitch
before
right
he
there.
keep doing
I mean,
more
my
and
Twitter.
more dumb shit.
So now,
You gotta take time.
let's appreciate how
Just
LeBron
DM me right there on
James,
Twitter.
aside from
At
that
the
one
bottom
China
right there.
scandal, has been
Right here.
scandal-free for 20 years. It's insane. And he's
Yes.
a way bigger superstar than Ja, and he's been the biggest superstar in the NBA for the past at least 14, 15 years. This is insane. Let's
That is
give his
true.
credit to LeBron
That is true.
James.
No, for
That
sure,
is
I
true.
agree. Shout out to Steph Curry, shout out to James Harden, shout out to Chris Paul, shout out to Paul George, shout out to all these gentlemen, shout out to Carmelo Anthony, shout out to all these gentlemen. Could and from my understanding, grew up in much worse environments than John Morant did, much worse, and still somehow found a way to be on the right path and not
To my Discord.
blow and fuck up like millions of
Alright, let me
dollars of
see.
opportunity. They making way more money now than they were back then. At the end of the day, Ja is young. He is
like 20.
very impressionable.
Here's my Discord right here.
22, 23, something like that. Young, very impressionable. So there are influence that can take over. And all of these people that we just named, they were also young, impressionable, making millions of dollars. And yet
This
they
was
still
right
found
there.
a
That's
way
my
to
Discord.
stay on the right path. Because when you are young, to be fair, again, you are susceptible to having, negative influence control your life. But we are now at a point where I can't keep blaming
Now,
them.
Ja has a kid. He can't be doing this.
Let us know
negative
whether or not you
influence
would
with
stop
stuff
waving
like
guns
that,
around
man.
in your
That's
car
crazy.
listening to Young Boy if it meant that you'd have $250 million in your bank account, man. I know it's a tough decision, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, trouble, don't do it. Don't do it. God damn it, man.
Yeah,
Hey, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll catch you in the next one.
Fucking
crazy.